mark of a good team is the ability to come back following a poor performance. Tonight, we'll see if IPFW's men's volleyball team is such a team as they get ready to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes following a not-so-good performance last night against Ball State. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maas. Welcome once again to IPFW Volleyball here on College 56 Sports. I'm joined, as always, by Ryan Perrott. And Ryan, do we forget last night's performance against Ball State?
We have to try to forget the performance against Ball State last night. A dismal performance all around. 3 different categories probably hurt IPFW the most. They couldn't pass the ball off the serve receive well. They didn't block the ball particularly well, and their offense suffered because of it. So tonight, I figure they're going to come out with some good intensity against Ohio State this evening.
Well, the Ohio State Buckeyes, they're a Final Four participant from last year, well coached, and they began MIVA play last night with a win over Findlay. What do the Dons have to do to come out with a win here tonight?
Well, head coach Pete Hansen is going to have his Buckeyes ready to play IPFW. IPFW is going to have to pass the ball particularly well to get themselves into an offensive rhythm. After that, everything else will be ignited. Their defense, their blocking, their serving. So if they can come out and pass the ball well against this very good Ohio State team, they should be fine.
Oh, it's IPFW and Ohio State. That's coming right up right here on College 56 Sports.
Pennsylvania, number 12, Peter Horry. And the libero, a 6'4" sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 13, Mike Wallingman. Head coach of the Buckeyes is Pete Hansen. He's assisted by Tim Imbaugh. And now the starters for your IPFW Mastodons. A 6'3" freshman from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, number 1, Dennis Santiago. A 6'2" junior from Manhattan, Illinois, number 2, Ryan Staley. A 6'6" freshman from Mishawaka, Indiana, number 3, Mitch Dreisbach. A 6'6" senior from Nicosia, Cyprus, number 6, Aris Ericlus. The libero, a 6'4" freshman from Akron, Ohio, number 8, Nick Bellman. A 6'7" senior from Racine, Wisconsin, number 9, Josh Sanders. A 6'6" junior from Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico, number 12, Angel Ruiz. Head coach of the Dons is Arnie Ball. He's assisted by Dave Schmidlin, Dennis Johnson, and Mark Franke.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maas along with Brian Perrott getting ready to call the action in tonight's men's volleyball match featuring the Buckeyes of Ohio State and the IPFW Volleyball. This telecast of IPFW men's volleyball is brought to you in part by Pizza Hut at the Marketplace of Canterbury, featuring the After the Game buffet. Ryan Perrott, as we said in the pre-match chat, IPFW did not play well last night, and we'll see if they can bounce back after a lackluster, I shouldn't have said it, but I said I did, lackluster performance against Ball State.
Well, that'll be a sign of a good team if they are able to bounce back after the dismal performance. Everybody knows it, that they played well themselves, the coaching staff, the fans, the community. Everybody knows that IPFW did not play well last night against Ball State, and tonight as they get ready to take on head coach Pete Hansen and his Ohio State Buckeyes.
IPFW will serve to begin the match. Arcia Cleus with the honors, and here we go. Good block attempt by Sanders is long, and the first point of the match goes to the Buckeyes. One thing I did notice, Ryan, the starters are the same for the Volleyball, but some of the positions are different. We'll get into that in a moment.
Different, yep. The start is crucial here for IPFW. They have to receive serve well in order to be successful here tonight.
Point IPFW. Not sure if it was a net violation or what, but it's 1-1. Volleyball with the serve. You got to look at head coach Arnie Ball of IPFW. Josh Sanders, the 6'7" senior from Racine, Wisconsin, serving. And Brett Hamilton, a 6'7" freshman out of Rockville, Maryland, gets credit for the kill. 2-1 our score. Ohio State on top, just underway in this best-of-5 match tonight here at the Harry Gate Sports Center.
There's a nice pass.
And off the set from Dennis Santiago, Angel Ruiz gets his first kill of the evening. And we're tied at 2.
The lineup switch that head coach Arnie Ball has implemented in tonight's match is Nick Bellman now is the libero playing tonight. Arcia Cleus has moved out to the left side position.
Nice kill there by Adam Peterson for Ohio State. The Buckeyes take a 3-2 lead. Ricardo Garcia, 6'1" sophomore from San Juan, Puerto Rico, with the jump serve. Santiago setting up Staley. Good dig out there by Garcia. And another kill for Peterson. Buckeyes now lead 4-2. Santiago setting up Mitch Dreisbach. Kill is long, and 5-2 Buckeye lead. Don's not getting off to the good start that they were hoping to get.
Not a good start. You don't want to fall behind, obviously. Here in Raleigh score makes that comeback possibility even more difficult. They are passing the ball better, however, tonight, Mike. Just the unforced hitting errors. One by Dreisbach. This is the latest here by number 2 in white, Ryan Staley.
And credit Mark Peckham, number 6, with the block. Successful block for Ohio State. Buckeyes up 6-2. Garcia continues to serve, and there's a service error.
That was the downfall of IPFW last night. Their serve reception killed them. Tonight, they're passing the ball particularly well, at least here in the early going, but yet their offensive game was just terrible. Hit a lackluster, I believe, 14%.
Ryan Staley had a service error on his part. Point to the Buckeyes, and Ohio State now leads 7-3. And Peter Ulrey, one of the big weapons for Ohio State, with the serve. Pierre Cleus long with the kill attempt.
That pass was well off the net, and that's the trouble that the outside hitters for IPFW is having. That high release set on the outside. A lot of hitting errors being committed. Great serve by Ulrey.
Santiago sets up Ruiz. Nice dig by Garcia. Santiago going to set up Pierre Cleus. Dug out by the Buckeyes. And Buckeyes get the point as it glanced off Pierre Cleus.
longest rally of the young match, but it is Point Ohio State, and they now lead 9-3.
Big blast by Peterson that time off the block. Ulrich continuing to serve.
Ruiz is long. Volleyball are just misfiring right now. 10-3 Buckeye lead.
Ohio State coming off a victory last night over Finley. 3-0, they beat them.
Santiago setting up Dreisbach. Good dig by Santiago, but it's Point Ohio State.
IPFW has not found an answer against this front line of Ohio State. Another huge serve by Ulrich for an ace.
I have to admit, I'm surprised that Ernie Hall has not called a timeout yet. Maybe he's going to wait for the mandatory 15-point timeout.
No, coach letting him play it out.
12-3 Ohio State lead. Peter Ulrich continuing to serve. Service error. Stops a 6-point Ohio State run. Makes it score 12-4, and Angel Ruiz with the serve for the Volleyball. Point Ohio State, courtesy of Tom Tranto, 6'6" junior out of River Forest, Illinois.
Buckeyes last year finished first in the MIVA. They were 12-4 under head coach Pete Hansen.
Service error by Adam Peterson makes our score 13-5. They were not the regular season champ, but they did win the conference tournament and were defeated by UCLA, the eventual champion in the Final Four. Point IPFW.
Nice three-man block at the net by Dreisbach, Sanders, and Aracleus.
2 points in a row for the Dons. Let's see if they can keep it going. Then it's Santiago, the left-handed serve. Good dig by Sanders. Aracleus wide with the kill attempt, however.
IPFW, again, just like last night a bit, Mike. Looking a little tense, a little tentative.
Peckham with the serve for the Bucks. Dreisbach, long. It is touch. Point IPFW.
Dreisbach got the micro touch that time off the hands. Point in possession, IPFW. They have to come out relaxed and loose, ready to play. They can't play any worse than they did last night against the Cardinals.
Point Ohio State. Perhaps a touch of miscommunication. We come to our mandatory 15-point break. Our score, Ohio State 15, IPFW 7. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports. Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you. Ryan, we got a replay here.
Nice face dig up in the hands, but IPFW unable to convert. 3 touches and the ball's down. IPFW not hitting well to start the match. 3 kills, 5 errors, 11 attempts, hitting a negative 18%. That was the same story last night, where in the first game they hit negative 8%.
Ohio State serve. Tom Tranto. Santiago.
Another good serve by Ohio State.
Setting up Staley. Sanders going to set up Staley again. Good dig. Oh, they're going to call it a lift. Point IPFW. Makes the score 15-8. And now Josh Sanders will serve. Good kill by Peter Ulrey. Ulrey, 6'6", fifth-year senior out of Reading, Pennsylvania.
A lot of heat behind that one. MIVA Player of the Week back on the 28th of January for that week. Last night, a great match against Finley at 60%, 14 kills, 2 hitting errors, and 20 attempts. He is the leader on this Buckeye team.
Nice kill by Mitch Dreisbach. Cuts the Ohio State lead to 7 at 16-9, and now Mitch will serve.
Dreisbach second on the team last night in kills behind Angel Ruiz. He had 12. Ruiz had 15.
Garcia is only 6'1", sophomore from San Juan, Puerto Rico, but he had some heat in that overhand. And he now serves with the Buckeyes up 17-9. Santiago to Ruiz, and Angel puts it away.
Ruiz continuing his stellar play. Out of the blocks early and quickly for IPFW. He's got 2 kills now.
Staley, jump serve. Garcia with it hit the antenna. So it is point IPFW. And slowly but surely, Galway Downs trying to get back into it. They now trail 18-11. Peckham with the set. Nice! Santiago and Ruiz tag team it.
Fly slot at the net that time by Santiago. Read that nice roll shot coming by Ulrey. Slammed it to the floor for the point.
18-12. Staley continues to serve.
Oh, great shot off the hands, high and hard by Ulrey.
Well, when you know the opposition has a talented player who had a big night last night, how do you keep the ball away from him?
Well, he's an all-conference player. And it's very tough because he's on the outside. Perhaps serving strategy. You might want to try to take him out of the offense by serving short. Try not to get into that offensive rhythm.
Nice short set from Dennis Santiago to Angel Ruiz. The 6'6" junior gets his 3rd kill of the night.
Great cut shot, harder than it looked by Angel Ruiz. He leads the conference in kills at 5.5 a game. And it was also IPFW's best server.
Unfortunately, it's a kiss of death, Ryan, because he had a service error there. Makes our score 20-13. Ohio State with the lead. Adam Peterson, 6'7" sophomore from Muskego, Wisconsin, with the serve. Float serve there.
That sets off the net.
Peckham. Set up Tranto. Buckeyes get the point.
That was a tough shot for Eric Clays to hit that ball drifting away from the net. Caught the ball behind his head. All he could do was go cross court. It was a good pass. Need to get the quality of sets better from Santiago. There's an overpass.
And Dennis Santiago at home. Got it up there and got the kill. Now he will serve with his team trailing 21-14. Or 20-14 rather. Dig by Staley. Santiago sets up Ruiz. Only didn't know what hit him that time.
Ruiz out of the back row. The pipe set from Santiago. Nice dig by Ryan Staley. That block has energized IPFW so far.
Point Ohio State there as the block attempt unsuccessful. Now 21-15, Buckeyes with the lead. And Mark Peckham, fellow Canadian, with the serve. Nice block between Hamilton and Garcia. I'm not sure which of the two hit it. Santiago, Dreisbach, Mitch gets the kill.
Over the top goes Mitch Dreisbach. I'd like to see Santiago get Josh Sanders more involved. Last night, Sanders only 3 kills. Didn't hit a particularly high percentage. See if he can get Santiago can Sanders going here in game one.
Peckham sets up Tranto, and the 6'6" junior puts it away.
Trouble blocking wise for IPFW's on the pins. That is where they're susceptible.
Tranto continues to serve, overplay. See what the Bucks do.
X play, and it's a point. Smartly done. Most teams will capitalize. Ball State did last night. Ohio State thus far early. Again, little perhaps miscommunication in that seam jump serve between Ruiz and Heracleus.
Tranto serving, Bucks up by 8.
2 in a row.
Peckham got the block by Sanders, however. Another block by Sanders. Point Bucks.
Ulrich
with 2 bullets, and the second one literally bounced off Heracleus and went flying.
Nice coverage job, though, by the Buckeyes. Keeping the rally going, covering the hitter, keeping the rally going.
Santiago to Staley. Ryan Staley gets the kill. Blanched off Hamilton.
Nice job by Staley now with 2 kills.
Sanders serving. Dodge trailing by 8. Peckham to Garcia. Point Ohio State.
Sweet one-handed set that time by Peckham, going up and high. All the volleyball players for IPFW thought perhaps it was a throw. Buckeyes able to capitalize.
Substitution for Ohio State, number 16, Mark Lehman, 6'2" junior out of Galena, Ohio. And he will serve. Team up 26-17. Angel Ruiz comes back with a kill for IPFW. Mitch Dreisbach to serve. Freshman out of Mishawaka High School. And it's a service error.
Mitch rushing his serve that time. Sails it long. IPFW offense struggling just a bit. 10 kills, 6 errors, 22 attempts, 18%.
Santiago setting up Staley. Overhit by Ryan Staley. Perhaps trying to do too much.
The Buckeyes, meanwhile, 16 kills, 4 errors, 26 attempts. They're hitting 46%. Last night against Findlay as a team, they hit 41%. So, again, IPFW struggling in the area of getting their offense going. And with passes like that, it's very difficult.
Dig by Heracleus. Santiago setting up Dreisbach. And the block attempt is long by Peterson, so it's point to the Volleyball.
IPFW a much better transition passing team. When they scramble, they get the ball to the target, but it's off the serve reception as there's an ace by Staley.
Nice serve by Ryan Staley.
The serve reception that they're having problems with.
28-20 our score. Ohio State with the lead, IPFW with the serve here in game 1 of our best-of-5 match. Bellman digs it. Santiago sets it. Dreisbach kills it for the point. Or they're going to give it to Ohio State.
Now they're going to correct this perfectly. It was a touch. Dreisbach caught both blockers. Then the ball hit the antenna and went out of bounds, so it'll be a point. And yeah, it will be a point to IPFW, and head coach Pete Hansen for the Buckeyes wants timeout.
Internationally renowned glass artist Dale Chihuly visited Fort Wayne recently as an IPFW omnibus lecturer. Mr. Chihuly is a co-founder of the Pilchuck Glass School in Stanwood, Washington, and has his work included in the collections of more than 190 museums throughout the world. Tune in Saturday, February the 23rd to see his presentation on College 56. That's Dale Chihuly at 1 and 4 p.m. Saturday, February the 23rd on your College Television connection in Fort Wayne and Allen County, Channel 56.
Nice look at the crowd here tonight.
Always a good crowd here in the Gates Center when Ohio State comes to town. Let's take a look at a replay here, Ryan.
Ryan Staley with his jump serve, starting to find the rhythm. Nice serve up in the seams. IPFW, this was their transition play on the last ball. Mitch Dreisbach will hit it out of the back right here. It'll catch the Ohio State blockers right there and then go out of bounds. Point IPFW. The referees got it.
And if you're looking for something else positive, start with a good dig by the freshman Nick Bellman to help set that up.
What a coverage
Bucks
play.
Keep it alive. Staley setting up here. Clayus. And Aris hits it wide.
IPFW celebrated a bit too early. Great coverage play. Ohio State able to capitalize on that hitting error by Eric Clayus.
And now it's game point for the Bucks. Peter Ulrey with the jump serve. Service error. Still game point, but it's now 29-22. And IPFW's best server, perhaps, and Angel Ruiz up.
7 game points now for the Buckeyes.
Peckham. Set up. Tranto, and Tom puts it away. Game 1 is in the books. Goes to the Ohio State Buckeyes by a score of 30-22. Teams will change hands, have a short break, and then we'll come back for game 2. So let's take a break as well as you're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
IPFW trailing by 1 in that department to the Buckeyes 6-5. IPFW, however, outblocking Ohio State. 3.5 total team blocks to 1 total team block for Ohio State. But again, the problem that IPFW is having, again, like was evident last night against Ball State, was in their serve reception, and they're not able to get quality swings off the bad passes that they're having. And here's another example. Eric Clayus trying to find hands, turning his body. That ball sails and hits somebody off the Ohio State bench.
Well, another thing to look at, too, looking back at game 1, IPFW not getting out of the blocks well. They fell behind 12-3. And when you're down 9 in rally point scoring, and we've said this many times over there, this is our second season with rally point scoring, you fall behind in rally point scoring. It's not like the old days when you get a side out and get everything back together. You fall behind, it's almost, but not quite, impossible to catch up.
It's very difficult with rally scoring, and you always want to try to keep it close. And IPFW having a difficult time of that, getting out of the blocks early against Ohio State. They did again last night against Ball State. I just don't see the intensity there from the players, and I know we had built it up as this was a huge weekend of volleyball here for IPFW, and it is because it's the measuring stick. Ball State in here last night, Ohio State in here, 2 of the best teams in the conference. We'll see Lewis next week. They were the preseason #1 favorites. Ball State, however, beat them earlier this week. But this was the measuring stick, and, you know, to see how this team can compete without Matt Zbyszewski and Jeff Petak in the lineup. And so far, it's been horrific, the first game here tonight and then the match last night against Ball State.
I want to remind you, as we get ready for the start of game 2, that this telecast of IPFW Volleyball is brought to you in part by Pizza Hut at the Marketplace of Canterbury. featuring the After the Game buffet. Buckeyes will serve to begin game 2. It'll be Tom Tranto, 6'6" junior out of River Forest, Illinois, just outside Chicago. And here we go. Santiago setting up Ruiz. Nice block by Tranto, or Ori, I should say.
Whoa.
Dig. Santiago, blocked by Hamilton.
Olery and Hamilton read that perfectly. Santiago turning his body in the front row, trying to be an aggressive attacker that time, but gave his attempt away, and the blockers for Ohio State was all over that one. Another huge serve.
Overhit. Let's see what happens. Oh, sleight of hand that time by Olery.
Smart shot by Peter Olery.
Everyone thought he was going to hammer it with the right hand, and lo and behold, he pulled it back and tapped it with the left. 2-0 Ohio State lead early on. Santiago setting up Ruiz, and it's blocked by Hamilton again.
See, IPFW can't get into an offensive rhythm right now because the pass is off the net. It's about at the 10-meter line, the attack line. Santiago has to set the pins instead of the middle, at least trying to open things up, and the Ohio State blockers and defense are reading it perfectly. Again, another pass off the net.
Yerkleus gets the kill right in front of Mike Wallickman, who was the Librero for Ohio State.
That's the first kill for Aris tonight. 1 kill, 3 errors, and 6 attempts.
Santiago to serve.
There's a perfect
Peckham
pass.
set up Hamilton rather nicely. Brett puts it away, and it's a 4-1 Buckeye lead.
That's just the difference at this level, is all about ball control and passing, which is, of course, so crucial with everybody jump serving now. In the game, you have to receive serve well and pass the ball well to run your offense.
Service there by Hamilton.
Sorry, Mike. Everything is ignited off the pass. And Ohio State has it tonight. IPFW thus far does not have it as they trail by 2-4-2 here in game 2. There's another perfect pass to the net.
For Garcia. Garcia, as far as his jumping ability, to a small degree, reminds me of Hector Soto. He's 6'1", but he sure gets up in the air.
Or maybe Javier Escobar, his countryman, my former teammate. Another overpass. Should be a point. Nice
Dug
dig,
out.
but it is.
6-2 Ohio State leads here in game 2. They won game 1 30-22. Ricardo Garcia, as we said, 6'1" out of Puerto Rico with the jump serve.
There's a great pass.
Good kill by Josh Sanders, his best kill of the night.
That was just a perfect pass, right on the money. Santiago able to run the offense, that time selecting Sanders, who put it away.
Josh now serves, team trails 6-3.
But Peckham goes right back to the middle as well.
Peter Olery, as we said, a fifth-year senior out of Reading, Pennsylvania.
Just a nice player to watch.
Service error, however, as he serves it into the net. Dons get the point. It's now 7-4. And Mitch Dreisbach will serve. Peckham. Dreisbach long on the block attempt.
Again, Peckham selecting the middle for the kill. Almost like his older brother, Scott, who I had the opportunity to play with years ago in 1994. Loves to run the middle. Showing it thus far here in game 2.
Staley with the kill. Ryan Staley off the Santiago set.
There was a nice offensive selection there by IPFW. In system, Staley able to put it to the floor.
Jack of all trades with the jump serve. Peckham. Nice block. Ruiz blocked Tranto's shot.
Huge roof at the net by Ruiz. Leads IPFW in that department.
Dons creeping closer. It's now 8-6. They trail by 2.
Oh, another tough pass.
Tranto had some heat on that one.
Good serving, though, by Staley. Handcuffing Olery on the serve reception.
Mark Peckham, the 6'5" sophomore setter out of your country, London, Ontario, Canada.
A lot of Canadians this weekend.
Dreisbach gets the kill. Tranto unsuccessful with the block.
Nice job by Mitch. 6 kills, now 1 error, hitting 63%. He is first on IPFW in that department. Angel Ruiz has 5 kills, hitting 38%.
Ruiz with the serve. Garcia with the kill.
That ball sort of handcuffed Garcia. Looked like he struck the ball behind his head, but with that great leaping ability.
Got the point. It's 10-7 Bucks. Santiago going to set up Dreisbach. It's long. IPFW in this little rut right now. Need to get a couple of consecutive points to snap out of their doldrum. Service ace. Credited to Tranto, and IPFW decides to call a timeout, trailing 12-7. Let's take a break as well. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maas, Ryan Perrott with you. Game 2 of our best-of-5 match. Right now, the Buckeyes of Ohio State lead the Volleyball of IPFW 12-7. Ohio State won game 1, 30-22. And how do you get out of the doldrums, Ryan Perrott?
Well, they got to start passing the ball. IPFW, they're having spurts of it, passing the ball particularly well, but a lot of pressure by the Ohio State Buckeyes. A lot of jump serves, a lot of heat behind these jump serves, and they're placing the ball perfectly in the seams of the IPFW serve receivers.
Tranto with the jump serve for the Bucks. And a good block by Brett Hamilton as he denies Angel Ruiz a kill.
And now IPFW has to play catch-up, so they even put more pressure on themselves to get into that offensive rhythm, knowing that at least you're going to see 4 sets of hands up there. 4 hands, rather, 2 sets.
Tranto serving for the 5th point in a row. Peckham.
Look out.
Good dig. Let's keep it alive for the moment. And it's point Ohio State. As Ulrich is too difficult for the Dons to handle right now.
High and hard off the hands, Peter Ulrich. A lot of smoke. He's got great technique on the left side. Another overpass. That's an ace.
And we come to the mandatory 15-point break. 15-7, Ohio State with the lead here in game 2. Learn more about Mastodon sports in season by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday and Friday here on College 56. The hour starts off with your truly Mike Maas reviewing the week's sports activities. We look at game footage and we talk with players and coaches. That's Mastodon Spotlight, Wednesday evenings at 8:30 and Friday evenings at 9 o'clock right here on College 56. Well, good look at the crowd here in the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. They do like their volleyball. Unfortunately, right now, if they're a fan of the blue and white, they're not exactly happy with the results because IPFW down 15-7 in game 2 after dropping game 1. Look at some of the numbers, Ryan.
Well, this particular game, IPFW, they're hitting 0, 4 kills, 4 errors, and 11 attempts. Ohio State, 8 kills, 1 error, and 12 attempts, 58%. So, game 1, IPFW at 15% right now. They're hitting 0. In game 1, Ohio State at 43%. IPFW, and in this game, Ohio State hitting 58%. So, obviously, this particular game, a la the first game, is just coming down to execution and offensively, and right now IPFW does not have it. Well, Ohio State is clicking on all cylinders at the moment.
Tag team block, Ulrey and Hamilton. And the Buckeye lead now is at 9. They're up 16-7.
Ohio State in the USA Today ABCA college poll, they're ranked 12th. Nice ranking for the Buckeyes early as they get their MIVA conference schedule underway.
Yerkleus gets the point as Hamilton's block attempt is wide.
The record a little bit deceiving as well, Mike. Ohio State, they have lost to Penn State at that time when Penn State was ranked #1 in the country. And they've lost twice to Brigham Young University.
Point for the Buckeyes there. They did go out to Provo to play those 2 matches. First match they got swept in 3, and the next night at least they did win 1 out of the 4 games.
Both polls have UCLA #1.
Garcia with a bullet when it looked like the Bucks were a little bit disorganized.
Smart shot there. Hard shot by Garcia. He's got 7 kills now. He's hitting 60%. Tranto has 8 kills. He's hitting 78%. Hamilton has 3 kills. He's hitting 75%.
Sanders will get credit for the kill that time.
Stops the bleeding momentarily for IPFW. Peterson has 3 kills. He's hitting 50%. Ulrey 6 kills, 33%. All positive numbers for Ohio State as a team. They're hitting 50%.
Overkill. What do we got?
Net violation on Josh Sanders. He got fish hooked into that one by Mark Peckham. Josh got a little over anxious. Easy free point. Hit the net on his attack.
Ricardo Garcia, jump serving. His team up by 10. Another point to the Buckeyes.
And a net violation. Santiago clipped the net. His back was to the net. He touched it. Can't touch the net at any time. It's a violation.
That happened last night against the Cardinals. That he got caught for it. Another jump serve for Garcia. Santiago sets up Sanders. Mastodons get the point.
Sanders now with 3 kills, but he does have 2 errors, only hitting 17%. Dreisbach's been a nice surprise for IPFW tonight. He's got 6 kills, hitting 44%.
Peckham to Garcia, and it's long. Second point in a row for IPFW. Now 20-11 here in game 2. Still a long way to go, but as we've said, got to play at 1 point at a time. Ulrey, good credit for the kill. Does there ever come a point when you're down and you're trying that maybe you just try too hard to make that perfect play? Dreisbach digs it out. Garcia does the same for Ohio State.
Great set.
Yerkleus with the dig. Peckham. And the kill attempt by Peterson is long. Point. Volleyballs.
To answer your question, Mike, the answer is yes. You do try to, especially when you're down, you want to exert a little more, try a little harder, try to overcompensate a little bit. You get out of your own flow, your own rhythm. IPFW, and especially now playing from behind like they did in game 1, it's very difficult to come back because you have to exert a lot more energy, and then when you get there, perhaps you might fall off a little bit.
Substitution for the Buckeyes, number 9, Aaron Dillon, 6'3" sophomore from Winfield, Illinois, replaces Adam Peterson, and he will serve with his Buckeyes up 22-12.
With the intensity level of Corval at this junction, anyway, very low for IPFW.
Good block by Hamilton. Staley tries it again. Dug out by Tranto. And Ulrey puts it away.
Nice play by Tantro. Played the ball up nice and high. Gives Peckham a chance to run underneath it. Set the ball in transition. And a nice put away by Peter Ulrey, now with 8 kills.
Santiago, oh, no look, and a block by Ruiz. Point Volleyball. I love it when that setter, no look, instead of setting it, tries to flip it over.
I'm sure IPFW, there's a trouble pass. Free ball for IPFW.
Santiago setting up Dreisbach. Good dig by Ulrich. Try it again at the net. We got a net violation, Ohio State. Point Volleyball.
Fish took that time there on Hamilton. Got a little over aggressive with the overpass. I'm sure the IPFW coaching staff would like to see Santiago become a little more aggressive.
Service ace by Ryan Staley.
Staley's done a nice job serving tonight. Santiago only has 2 attacks tonight, but the passing hasn't been there for him to be more aggressive.
Short set by Peckham, and Hamilton puts it away. Stops the IPFW run. At 3, it's now 24-15. Peckham to serve. Santiago setting up Ruiz. Blocked by Hamilton. Try it again. Santiago to Ruiz, and this time Angel puts it away.
Angel taking some frustration out on that ball rate that time. Huge crush.
Denied once, wasn't going to be denied twice, and now Angel will serve. His team trails by 8 at 24-16. Service error. Not what you like to see from your best server.
Ohio State now 5 points away from taking a stranglehold, 2 games to none.
Santiago for Arcleus. Good kill for the senior RSC Arcleus. Now 25-17. Dennis Santiago to serve. Peckham sets up Ulrich. Peter Ulrich puts it away rather nicely.
Great set by Peckham that time, getting low on a knee, getting a nice quality set to his star.
2 substitutions. Peterson back in the lineup along with number 3, Greg Randolph, 6'4" sophomore out of Columbus, and Randolph will serve. His team leading 26-17.
That shot's out of bounds as it hits the antenna. As head coach Pete Hansen looks on and getting a couple players in for some playing time. 18th season at Ohio State, Coach Pete Hansen.
Dreisbach gets the kill. Again, there was a little frustration there.
Dreisbach now 7 kills, hitting 31%. He is the team leader in that category.
Peckham for Garcia.
Wow.
Carlo Garcia puts it away.
No answer for Garcia at the moment. He's got 8 kills, hitting 50%. 2 points away now from the second set.
Garcia, the jump serve. Santiago, oh, Ulrich. That ball came back over the net, and Ulrich with the big height advantage. 6'6" over Santiago's 6'3".
Well, Ulrich wasn't going to get fish hooked that time into the net. He just said, hey, let me just tap down this ball and give us game point opportunity.
Santiago for Staley. And it's wide, and game 2 goes to Ohio State by a score of 30-18. Buckeyes go into the locker room for their 10-minute mandatory break, up 2 games to none. And although the teams are going in the locker room, don't go anyplace, because we're going to see the IPFW dance team perform. And then after, I believe they're going to perform, and then after that, Ryan Perrott is going to have a chance to speak with Matt Bashesky, who is out for the year following a knee injury. And I know Matty had surgery 2 days ago, and I'm looking forward to hearing that conversation. But again, Buckeyes lead 2 games to none, winning game 1 30-22, game 2 30-18. 10-minute mandatory break, and then we'll come back with game 3. But
fire. Stand next to your fire, baby.
The IPFW Dance Team.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. We're in the intermission stage of Game 2 and 3 as IPFW is hosting Ohio State. Ohio State winning the first two games 30-22, 30-18. At this time, our special guest in between Games 2 and 3 is IPFW sophomore outside hitter Matt Zbyszewski. And Matt, you just came off of surgery on Thursday. I'd like to get your comments on that after re-tearing your ACL against Long Beach State in the first match of the season. Tell us, how did the surgery go, and what is the prognosis for you?
Well, the surgery went real well, Brock. I mean, I got a second time around, I got a donor ACL. So surgery went well. I tore both my meniscuses as well, but they repaired those, and prognosis looks good. I mean, I'm going to take my time this time, probably sit out a good 8 months, and start rehabbing probably in about 2 weeks. But it looks good so far. Everything's going fine.
It must be obviously difficult for you to watch the performance of IPFW tonight and last night against Ball State. What is your take on the match tonight thus far against Ohio State and what occurred last night against Ball State?
I mean, it's both, in both matches, it looks like we just don't, there's no life out there in our team. There's nobody to take control. Usually we look forward to our two oldest guys on the team, but neither of them are vocal out there. And Dennis, who usually is very vocal, seems to be passive as well. I mean, there's no life, and I mean, it looks like they don't care when they're out there.
What Mike Maas, my broadcast partner, and I have been discussing is that IPFW, at this particular moment anyways, having difficulty with their serve reception, because that ignites their offense, and right now they're hitting a dismal 10%. What can IPFW do serve receive wise to get back into the game?
I mean, the only thing they could do is relax out there. It seems like they're so tense. I mean, when they're passing, it's all like, you know, they're real tense out there. I mean, they got to relax when they go out and just get in front of the ball. It looks like there's no communication out there. Their balls are falling in between them, and nobody's going for them. They get
tough weekend this weekend because Ball State was here last night, Ohio State here tonight. Next weekend, Quincy comes in, and then Lewis as well. What is the outlook for the rest of the season? We get a chance to practice with the team. You watch all the time. What can IPFW do to get themselves into contention in the MIVA conference?
I mean, they got to compete with the good teams. Like we showed that we can compete with all the other teams so far in MIVA, but we got to show and prove that we can compete with those teams, and the only way they'll do that is if they go out there and play their best. I mean, we got the talent on the team to compete for sure, because I've seen it done before. I've seen them play real well. So they just got to play well on a regular basis.
Has the team adjusted to both you and Jeff being injured, do you think?
It looks so far like they have. I mean, they've won the last 3 matches prior to Ball State, and they played well. I mean, it's a loss somewhat that the two of us are out, but I mean, they've adjusted, and the 2 guys that came in and stepped up so far. So
I'm going to be a little bit biased. I know Doug Market was in here last night from Maidstone, Ontario, about 15 minutes from where I live. Mark Peckham, the setter for Ohio State from London, Ontario. You know Mark pretty well.
I know Mark
What's your take on Mark?
Oh, he's playing well. He's playing real well. Yeah. I mean, last year he came off that thumb injury, And I know he was struggling last year a little with his setting, with his placement and stuff, but it looks like he's playing real well.
Good. Well, we wish you all the best in your recovery after having surgery this past Tuesday, and we look forward to having you back in an IPFW uniform next season.
Thanks, Ryan.
Matt Zbyszewski, he's been our guest in between games 2 and 3. IPFW trails 2 games to none to Ohio State. We'll be back. Mike Moss will rejoin us as we get set for game 3 in a moment.
David Young has been a professor of psychology at IPFW for over 2 decades. His clinics offer undergraduate students an opportunity they would never see at most large universities.
For some students, the actual one-on-one counseling experience is just what they need, and they're made for it. It's like a hand in glove.
His students can find their forte of study early in their academic career and gain field knowledge that is invaluable to psychology.
There is no substitute for real first-hand experience.
While Young's first interest was in psychology, he quickly found that teaching offered him a reward that no other profession could.
Every student is so special and so unique. They interest me. And it's the same with my patients. They're all so special and so unique that I find every time a new person walks in my door, absolute fascination.
This has been an IPFW Faculty Minute. The right school, right here, right now.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list, too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Moss, Brian Perrott with you. Brian, I know you enjoyed that chat with Matty Zbyszewski, and I know there's part of you and part of me that wishes that he hadn't gotten hurt against Long Beach. Who knows what direction this team would be in if he was able to play right now, but I got to think that having a successful surgery on Thursday, if he rehabs properly and gives it a good effort, I'm anxious to see what may happen next year with a healthy Jeff Patak and a healthy Matty Zbyszewski and a more experienced group of players right now. But that's next year. Right now, as again we remind you, our broadcast of IPFW Volleyball is brought to you in part by Pizza Hut of the Marketplace of Canterbury, featuring the After the Game buffet. We've seen this scenario too many times, Ryan. Team A wins the first 2 games. Team B goes in the locker room wondering what the heck hit them. Game, as we look at a replay here, about to look at a replay, same old scenario. We talked about it last night. The Dons were down 2 games to none. They came out strong in game 3, but it's a combination. Yes, your back's into the wall if you're down 2-0, but you have a tendency to let up if you're ahead 2-0. If you're an Ohio State member, what do you think is going to happen now?
It is becoming a bad habit for IPFW to start losing the first 2 games and try somehow miraculously to claw back and win the next 2 and force a game 5, which of course game 5s are always unpredictable, and it's a bad habit to get into. Now, of course, if you're Ohio State, you're up 2 games to none. You'd like to get out of here quickly, get back to Columbus at a decent hour. You don't want to try and fool around and get IPFW any life. Of course, if you're IPFW, on the other hand, you like to postpone that departure of the Ohio State team bus, And Matt Zbyszewski touched on it in the interview. He says, right now we're lifeless, and IPFW is playing like it.
IPFW will serve to begin game 3, and I see a change-up already. Last night, game 1, game 3, Angel Ruiz served to start the game. Angel started game 1 tonight, but now in game 3, it's going to be Dennis Santiago. Good, bad, indifferent, perhaps?
Yeah, Coach Ball, indifferent. Coach Ball just trying to get some matchup, some positive matchup against Ohio State.
Buckeyes get the first point. Up 1-0. Tom Tranto will serve for Ohio State. Peckham setting up Garcia. Nice block by Sanders. Garcia is blocked by Josh Sanders.
Josh Sanders came alive in the latter stages of game 2 with a couple nice aggressive kills. That time, nice stuff block at the net.
Bellman serving. And Ohio State somehow got the point. It looked like they were in dire straits.
Nick Bellman that time mishandled the free ball. Easy call for the official.
Hamilton serving. Service error. So it's now 2-2. I just noticed also when Nick Bellman served with the white jersey on, he and Aris Yerklius have switched spots.
Switch positions. Aris now the libero. Nick now playing the left side. There's a net violation on number 3, Mitch Dreisbach in white.
Point to the Buckeyes. They now lead 3-2, and Ricardo Garcia, their 6'1" sophomore jumper out of, or leaper maybe I should say, out of Puerto Rico, with the jump serve. Santiago setting up Ruiz. Jug out by Waldman. Try it again. This time they get it. Persistence pays off for IPFW that time.
Through 3 games, IPFW hitting 17%. Ohio State 47%.
Peckham set up Ulrey, and Ulrey is long. Point, Volleyball. They lead 4-3. Mitch Dreisbach continues to serve. Peckham with that change of pace shot that we've come to see a lot from Dennis Santiago so far this year.
Nice slam dunk there by Peckham on the nice perfect pass. Of course, Peckham coming off last year, he had a thumb injury as that serve goes long. Missed half the season because of it. This year he looks fresh, and Matt touched on it a little bit because they did get to play together back at home, and that it looks really good this year, setting the volleyball.
Ryan Stanley can't stand prosperity. He commits a service error. So back-to-back service errors by these two teams. We are tied at 5 here in game 3. Adam Peterson will serve. Good dig by Yerklius. Bellman low on the kill attempt, however, into the net. Point Buckeyes. Now up 6-5.
Tentative attack there by the freshman. Going to be a little more aggressive with that swing.
Peterson, conventional serve. Santiago setting up Bellman. And Nick puts it away.
There's some aggression right there. You can see the difference from the previous attempt.
What I like there too, Ryan, Bellman made the mistake the point before, and Santiago went right back to him. Get that confidence level back up.
Absolutely. Good eye by you, Mike.
Rare at best. Bellman to Santiago to Ruiz. Dug out by Garcia. Peckham. Set up Ulrey, and Peter puts it away.
Peter Ulrey high off the hands. The blocking stats pretty much even, 6-5 in favor of IPFW.
Mark Peckham, the Canadian, with the serve.
That time going with the topspin.
Good dig by Garcia. Bellman to Santiago, and Dennis Santiago puts it away.
That's his first successful kill of the night.
Comes at a good time. Ties it at this game 3 at 7 apiece. And I'm not sure what happened there. They're giving the point to Ohio State, and I'm not sure why.
Dan Hauser, the bottom official, has called the back row attack.
Bellman with his best kill of the night.
Don't know where. We'll have to probably get some clarification during the timeout. But Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen was up calling for it, and he got it.
Service error by Santiago makes it 9-7 Buckeyes. With Tranto to serve. Santiago for Sanders. Nice. Stays alive. Peckham to Garcia. Blocked by Dreisbach. Point IPFW. How did IPFW keep that one alive?
Little ricochet action on the coverage play that time. IPFW, they're going to have to play all facets of the game. That includes covering in order to claw themselves back into the match, trailing 2-0.
Good kill by Peter Ulrey. No doubt about it. Makes our score 10-8. Ohio State on top here in game 3. Buckeyes winning game 1 and game 2, so they're in a commanding position. Hamilton serving. Santiago to Sanders. Josh gets the credit for the kill.
Little delay quick that time. An interesting statistic thus far into the match. Ohio State has 40 set assists. IPFW only 26.
Peckham setting up Ulrey. Dug out by Santiago. Can they keep it alive? Staley gets it back defensively. Digs it out. Now they're going to call violation on Ohio State. IPFW comes away with the point that time.
Nice hustle play on the side of the Dons.
Tying this game up 10 apiece.
Let's see if they get a spark off of that nice play defensively.
Ulrey with the kill. Point is IPFW's. Take that back. 11-10, Don's lead. Now it's tied up. I have to admit, Ryan, I didn't see how IPFW got that point the point before.
The shot there by Ulrey hit the antenna, so the ball was out of bounds.
Thanks for bailing me out again. Santiago setting up Dreisbach, and Mitch puts it away. Nice decoy by Angel Ruiz that time.
Little combination run that time by Santiago. Ruiz with the quick, holding the Ohio State Buckeye blockers, and Dreisbach able to convert second man in.
Peckham setting up Garcia. Point IPFW.
Garcia called for a back row violation. His foot caught the attack line. It's a violation. Can't touch it or go over it at any time. If you're in the back row, you must attack the ball from behind the 3-meter or 10-foot line.
Ulrey dug out by Bellman. Ruiz saves it. Buckeyes reset it. Peckham for Ulrey. Lancing off Dreisbach, point Buckeyes.
Ulrey, the first blast, goes cross court this time. Says, let me try the line, and he's successful.
13-12, the IPFW lead is 1. Ulrey to serve for Ohio State. Santiago for Dreisbach. And it's blocked cleanly by Peterson, tied at 13.
It was a low set that time by Santiago. Dreisbach had no chance to hit that ball over the net. Hitting error on the part of IPFW. There's another good pass.
Santiago for Staley. Good dig by Ulrich. Santiago. They keep it alive. Not for long as Ulrich hits it into the net. A lot of finesse there, or at least attempts at finesse.
Tried that little short beach cut. John Thompson, our practice player on IPFW, student assistant, he has that shot down pat from Huntington Beach, California.
Good dig by Bellman. Santiago sets up Angel Ruiz. Dug out by Peckham. Ulrich is blocked by Angel Ruiz. Point IPFW. We come to the mandatory 15-point break, and we find IPFW on top, 15-13. Let's take a break. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Liu. Join me for IPFW Up Close Sundays at noon on College Access Channel 56. Topics range from student and faculty research and new courses being offered to summer camp opportunities for area children. You'll also hear profiles of new and visiting faculty, university events, and business news you can use. That's IPFW Up Close Sundays at noon on College Access Channel 56.
Back at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you. We are in Game 3 of our best-of-5 match. IPFW leads Game 3 15-13 after losing Game 1 30-22 and Game 2 30-18. And a replay, Ryan Perrott.
Replay here, Peter Ulrich coming out of the back right side position, the D set. And he tries to give that little off speed, but it's into the net. All three IPFW blockers there collapsing on the play.
Staley serving for the Dons. Point, Ohio State. Now 15-14. Adam Peterson to serve.
First time IPFW has had the lead going into the technical timeout. Let's see how they play on the back end now to 30.
Bellman to Santiago. Back to Bellman, and Nick puts it away. Nice two-man game between the freshman, Nick Bellman, and the freshman, Dennis Santiago.
Bellman now with 3 kills.
See if this move in positions between Iarcleus and Bellman pans out. Good dig by Bellman. Peckham. Good dig by Ruiz. Point Buckeyes, however.
Hamilton with the overpass, his 7th kill.
Mark Peckham to serve. Service error. Makes our score 17-15. Validans on top. And Dennis Santiago to serve.
Peckham is let loose last couple of service games with the topspin inside of the jump floater.
Ruiz to Santiago. Oh, and Sanders hit it a mile.
Good point scoring opportunity for IPFW, and Josh Sanders just wailed that long.
Tranto to serve. Santiago setting up Dreisbach. Point IPFW. Mid Dreisbach from the offensive side, performing somewhat reasonably well tonight. Bellman to serve. Peckham setting up Ulrich. Solid kill for Peter Ulrich.
A lot of smoke behind that ball by Peter Ulrich. The match high 15 kills. He's hitting 32%. Far and away the best player tonight so far.
Brett Hamilton with the serve for the Buckeyes. Santiago setting up Dreisbach. Dug out by Peterson. Wide. Point IPFW. Now lead 19-17. Josh Sanders to serve. Peckham setting up Garcia. Staley's block is wide. The inconsistency of IPFW to put together a run of points. Tail here, Garcia. Bellman digs it wide, and we are now tied here at 19 in game 3.
Crowd sitting on their hands waiting for something exciting to happen on the IPFW side of the floor.
Garcia with the jump serve. Santiago setting up Dreisbach. Point Dons as Peterson's block is wide. Now is the time to stretch it out. You're up 20-19. Mitch Dreisbach will serve. Peckham, short setting. Peterson puts it away. Tied at 20 with Peter Rowley serving for Ohio State.
Both middles for Ohio State hitting at a high percentage.
Santiago going to set up Mitch Dreisbach. Good block by Peterson. Staley tries it. Dug out. Peckham setting up for Ulrey. Patience by Ohio State. 2 digs and a block, and results in a kill for Peter Ulrey.
Ulrey terminates on the great set by Peckham. Hamilton has 7 kills. He's hitting 67%. Peterson has 6 kills. He's hitting 50%.
Still alive. Bellman gets it over. Peckham with the kill.
So the offense now has opened up for Ohio State. Got the middles involved in Peckham. Got Ulrey involved, and he decides to take matters into his own hands with the slam dink.
IPFW rather calls timeout. You too can participate in the excitement of Mastodon athletics by joining the Royal Dons Athletic Association. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy benefits such as priority seating at IPFW sports events, visits by the coaches, and food and refreshments in the hospitality room. For more information about the Royal Dons, call 260-481-6643 or write to Royal Dons Athletic Association, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. As we see a replay here, Ryan, and you can see at that time, that last point, where the setter actually became the killer, so to speak.
Mark Peckham with his 2nd kill on that dump attempt. He's got nice distribution all around here tonight. Garcia and Tantro, they both have, Trantal rather, they both have 9 kills. Hamilton in the middle, he's got 7. Peterson in the middle, he's got 6. Ulrey's got 16. So nice set distribution all around by the native of London, Ontario, Mark Peckham.
Gut check time for the Dons. Blocked by the Buckeyes. Staley going to try it, and he gets the kill.
Smart shot by Ryan Staley off speed down the line. He's been very effective with his jump serve tonight. Let's see if he can spin a couple in and give IPFW some point scoring opportunities. Here's the first.
Nice play. Oh, Bellman. Buckeyes dug it out once. Couldn't do it twice. We're now tied at 22.
Bellman now 4 kills, 1 error, 6 attempts.
Peckham setting up Ulrey. Peterson rather, Adam Peterson. And Adam puts it away. Buckeyes up 23-22. And now Peterson will serve. Here Cleus to Santiago to Bellman. Dug out by Tranto. Killed by Tranto.
Well, IPFW must put the ball to the floor. They have to side out, in technical terms, off this serve. Can't fall behind 25-22.
Peterson continues to serve.
D jump.
Service
D4
error.
rather. Goes long. A little bailout that time as IPFW now just trails by 1 point. They need a defensive play, either a block or a dig in transition, something.
Let's see if Ruiz can come back with the serve. And Sanders puts it away.
Or an overpass kill.
Take it any way we can get it. We're tied at 24.
Nice aggressive serving by Angel Ruiz. Flip the tape. Sanders able to spank the overpass down on the floor.
Jump serve. Peckham sets up Tranto. Block unsuccessful by Santiago. Point Buckeyes. They're up 25-24 in game 3. They won games 1 and game 2. Mark Peckham to serve. Critical point for the Dons. And it's blocked by Hamilton. And you saw some frustration there by IPFW. 26-24, Ohio State by 2. Peckham to serve.
And it cost him. Smart serving strategy by Ohio State. And it cost IPFW a point.
IPFW calls timeout. We'll take a break as well. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list, too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you. Game 3 of our best-of-5 match. The visitors from Columbus, Ohio. The Buckeyes of Ohio State lead IPFW 27-24 as you get a good look at head coach Arnie Ball. Ryan, during the break, you did ask Stan Hauser about that one call.
Earlier on in the set, we were talking why Ohio State was able to get possession. Angel Ruiz had to attack the ball from the backcourt, and he touched the line, so it was a violation.
Bellman with a kill. Badly needed point for IPFW. Now they trail 27-25 in a must-win situation. Santiago with the left-handed jump serve. Peckham. Good dig by Santiago. But it's point Ohio State. Hamilton persevered at the net.
Hamilton winning the joust over Sanders.
Tranto to serve. Buckeyes 2 points away from match victory. Santiago setting up Bellman, and Nick puts it away. Increasing confidence by Nick Bellman, the freshman. Santiago's going to him.
This is a good sign. Bellman now 6 kills, hitting 44%.
Bellman serves. Blocked by Sanders, out of bounds, point Dons. Indecision at the net on the part of Ohio State.
Peckham didn't know whether to set the quick that time or the second man coming in. A little miscommunication on the side of IPFW.
Service error by Bellman. Comes at the worst possible time. It sets up match point for Ohio State. Substitution number 11, Scott Spurlock, 6'9" freshman out of Stowe, Ohio. Along with Aaron Dillon. Dillon's going to serve. 29-27, Buckeyes on top. Serving for the match. Staley,
tight
Santiago, Bellman, Ruiz. The Dons stave off elimination for the moment. 29-28. Garcia back in the lineup for Ohio State. Dustin Sherman, number 14, coming in to serve for IPFW. No pressure at all, Ryan Perrott. You only have to get it over, and you have to win this point to stay alive. Let's see how the sophomore from Northside performs. And what a way to end it. Service error.
That sort of sums up the weekend it has been for IPFW.
Ohio State wins game 3, 30-28. They win the match in 3, having won game 1, 30-22, and game 2, 30-18. Buckeyes improved to 2-0 in MIVA play. Good weekend for them. 6-3 overall. IPFW, they dropped to 500 across the board. 2-2 in the MIVA, 3-3 overall. Players, coaches congratulating each other, and as you said, Ryan Perrott, that service error summed up the weekend to a T.
Pretty much. Did not play particularly well either night against Ball State or here tonight against Ohio State, and they'll have to go back to the drawing board to get themselves in the contention for MIVA play, and of course for next weekend with Quincy and Lewis coming here.
Want to take a look at some of the final numbers here, Ryan?
Let's begin with IPFW. 36 kills, 21 errors. They hit 17% as a team. Mitch Dreisbach, he had the game high for IPFW, had 10 kills, hit 32%. Nick Bellman, nice job by him. 6 kills, 44%. Josh Sanders, 5 kills, 20%. Angel Ruiz, 8 kills, 13%. So Ohio State was able to key on him a little bit. For Ohio State, 55 kills, 18 errors. They hit 39% as a team. The lead man was Peter Olry. He had 16 kills. He had 33%. Tanto had 12 kills, 50%. Hamilton in the middle had 8 kills, 50%. Peterson, 7 kills, 55%. So nice distribution all around by Mark Peckham. And the Ohio State Buckeyes defeat IPFW tonight.
Well, tonight is over. Let's look ahead a little bit quickly in terms of volleyball. Next weekend, 2 more home matches, which will be broadcast here on College 56. Friday night, the Quincy Hawks come to town as we get a look at, I believe, match point. Let's serve into the net. As we said, Quincy comes in here Friday night, and then preseason favorite to win the MIVA, Lewis, the Flyers, come in here next Saturday night. No rest for the weary, and it's time for these young Volleyball to strap it up and hit the floor on all cylinders.
Well, Quincy will be very scrappy. I think a lot of people will be surprised by them. And of course, Lewis, very talented, preseason favorites to win the MIVA. So that it'll be another difficult weekend for IPFW.
What the crowd cannot see, and you cannot see at home, but we can see to our right, is a classic case. Head coach Arnie Ball coaching, even though this match is over, talking to his freshman setter, Dennis Santiago. And that's classic. It's classic Arnie Ball working with a young man, even though his team has just been beaten. So
trying to keep the team morale up and high after a disappointing loss here tonight to Ohio State, and of course the last night against Ball State. So trying to keep the morale positive and back to the drawing board next week.
Again, a couple of reminders coming up this next week on College 56. Next Sunday evening, February 17th, tune in to College 56 for the replay of tonight's men's volleyball match with Ohio State. That's Sunday evening, February 17th at 7 here on College 56. Next Friday, again, Quincy against IPFW at 7 o'clock. Lewis, Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And next Saturday afternoon, the women's basketball team plays their home finale at 1 o'clock against Lipscomb University. So that's it, Brian. Final comment, we got to say goodbye.
IPFW has to pick it up a little bit, and we'll see what happens next weekend.
I want to remind you that our program today was sponsored in part by Pizza Hut at the Marketplace of Canterbury, featuring the After the Game buffet. We'd like to thank at this time the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted, the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPF Sports, if not the outcome, and we thank you again for joining us this evening. For Ryan Perrott, this is Mike Maz saying so long for now. Again, Ohio State victorious tonight over IPFW, winning the match by scores of 30-22, 30-18, and 30-28. Until next week, we bid you a fond farewell from the Hilliard Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW.